All right, so the last thing that we are talking about today is what we call commission. So commission is a fee a person earns for sales or services. So if you are a realtor, if you choose to be a realtor when you grow up, and what do realtors do? They sell houses, okay? When they go to sell a house for $350,000, they do not make the $350,000, okay? But they do get a portion, a part of that sale of the house. It's usually a percentage of the sale, okay? If you go to choose to be a car salesman, they work off of commission, which means that for every car that you sell, you get a small percent of the price of the car. So let's say you sell 3 cars in a day. One's $25,000, one's $30,000, and one's $15,000. You get a small percent from each of those cars that you sell every day. If you go and work at a department store, like if you go work in Dillard's, and you work in the suits section, and you sell suits to people, you get a portion of however much you sell. So it kind of motivates you to sell more. The more you sell, the more money you make. Okay? So a commission is not a total, but it is it's a part, a portion of it. So when you do a percent box for this, you're doing the part percent box, not a total percent box. The commission rate is the percent of the amount the salesperson earns. And then sometimes you tack on and have what they call a fee, which is just an extra amount. You'll see like a service fee. I don't know if you've ever paid for something online before, or used your card at the vending machine, or your phone to tap and pay at like a vending machine or something. But it'll say 10-cent service fee. That's what it is. It's just tacking on 10 extra cents to what you bought to cover the price of using a card instead of cash. When you go to buy a new phone, there's like little fees built into purchasing the phone that you only have to pay one time, but it's just there. So it's just an extra price that they tack on, because they're always trying to add extra little things in there to make you pay more. Yes, sir. Yeah, La Cabaña's gotten that way. If you pay with a credit card instead of cash, they tack on like a 2% fee.
Mm-hmm. It's because their credit card thing is weird.
Yeah, because they're getting charged. It's a whole thing. All right, so a fee can either be a fixed amount, like a one-time amount, or it can be a percent. So like it could be like the vending machine, where it's only like every time you use it, it's 10 extra cents, or it's a percentage, so it increases based on how much you buy. So we have some examples that we're going to work out. Harlan is a real estate agent. What do real estate agents do? They sell houses. Whose total annual, what is annual? Yearly earnings, so how much he makes in a year, are the sum, what does sum mean? S-U-M, sum.
All of it.
You're adding it, all of it together. So they're adding his annual salary and commission. So he gets both. He gets his regular salary just for showing up to work. This is how much money you make. If you actually sell something, you get to add this into it. Last year, Harlan sold 10 homes that totaled $2.5 million in sales, with a 1 3/4 per commission rate. How much commission did Harlan earn? This is what we're looking for, commission. Are they looking for his total salary or part of his salary? Part, because commission is part. So how much does he earn in sales for the year? How much did he earn in sales?
43,000.
No, that's not what he's asking. It says, how much did he earn? How much?
2,500.
He sold a total of $2,500,000 in sales this year. That's how much he sold. Okay. He sold that amount, that much money worth of houses. What is the commission rate he receives off of that? He's going to get a part of that. What's his commission rate? 1.75. So that's how much he's going to get percentage of the $2.5 million. Now we're going to calculate his commission. So it's a percent. So I just use a percent box. Nothing has changed. Alright, we've got change over original. Remember, we can also remember this as is over of. We can remember it also as part over whole. Okay? So, we know it's 1.75%. And where's the $2.5 million going to go? In the OG. So $2.5 million. $2,500,000. So he sells that much. How much is he going to get to keep of it? Mason, how much? $43,750. That's how much he earned for the year. But he also gets his regular salary on top of that. It didn't tell us what his salary was, but let's say his regular salary was $45,000 for the year. Okay, he would get $45,000 plus $43,750 for how much he sold. Okay, so it's a way to motivate people to sell more houses, to sell more things. We're going to give you a little bit of it, and you can get more money based off of how much you sell. So if you're good at convincing people to buy something, you might be a good salesman, and you can make some good money. All right, this is commission plus cost. So we're going to be adding some things here. Linda sells furniture for a base monthly salary of $1,670. So every month, just for showing up to work, she gets that much money. Plus a commission of 4.5% of her total sales. So she gets both things. Okay? Linda sold $607,500 of furniture in the last year. How much did Linda earn, including commission, last year? So, are we looking for a total or a part? Based off the question from the problem. How much did Linda earn including
Hold.
commission. So you're looking for her total amount. How much is she going home with? She's gonna go home with her salary, and she's gonna go home with her commission. So she's going home with two things. So it's a total amount is what the end game is. That including word means that plus. Okay, it says calculate. The first thing we need to do is calculate Linda's commission for the year. All right, so percent box, like normal. What's going to go where? 4.5 is going to go in the percent box. $607,500 is how much she sold. So how much of that is she getting? All right, that's how much she's walking away with in her commission, but is that her total salary? No, that's just part of it. All right, it says now to calculate Linda's base salary for the year. Her base monthly salary is $1,670. So how are we going to know what it is for the year? That times 12. How many months are in a year? 12. So we're going to take what she makes in 1 month and multiply it by 12. So that's what she gets for showing up for work and doing her job. So, all together, what are we going to do to figure out what she makes in 1 year? Add the two things together. So we're going to take her base salary plus her commission. And how much is Linda going home with for the year?
$47,377.50.
Let's say you own the business. Okay? If you own the business, it's going to be, and you have people who work for you, it's your job to make sure you calculate this correctly. If you are Linda, you want to make sure that you're getting your right amount of money as well. Like they're not cutting you some. Okay? So it's important to know how to do this. You can start getting commission as a teenager. Like in the next 2-3 years when you start getting jobs, and if you go and work at, say, like a boutique, or you go work at a department store, or maybe even a landscaping company, sometimes they will pay you commission to encourage you to work more. So you need to know how to do this. This is about to be real life to you guys. All right, here we have fees. Jan is an insurance salesman who makes a base monthly salary of $1,500 with a commission of 1% of the value of each policy he sells. In addition, each time his client makes an investment transaction, receives a $5 service fee. So he's getting his monthly salary, he's getting his commission, and he's also receiving a service fee. So he's receiving 3 different things. It says this month he sells one policy valued at $50,000 and his clients make 4 investment transactions. How much does he earn this month? We know he's got this as his salary, right? That's one of the things he already has. We can go ahead and put that down here. Even if he sold nothing,
He still walks away.
he still walks away with $1,500. But if he could probably continues to sell nothing, he probably won't work there anymore, right? That's his job, is to sell things. So he probably, if he don't start selling things, he's gonna be looking for a job. All right, so now we need to figure out the commission. How are we gonna figure out commission? Well, it's 1%. 1% of what?
Of the value
Value
of
of
what he
what he
sells.
All right, of each sales. Well, how much did he have in sales this month? He had sales valued at 50,000. So we need to know what is 1% of 50,000. So how are we going to figure that out? A percent box. All right. We have 1%, 50,000. Which gives me what?
Not 50.
Not 50. I didn't get 50. I got 500.
I got some.
Okay. And then he gets earnings from fees. So if I go back and it tells me about his fees, how much is he earning for fees? All right, $5 each time, right? How many times did his people have to make an investment? 4 times. And each time he makes $5. So from service fees, he makes $20, which isn't a lot, but you know, it's still, it's money. It's still $20. So how much does he make this month?
$2,020.
$2,020. All right, is everybody kind of clear on how we got there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Same box, right? Box hasn't changed. Doing the same old, same problem. All right, Patrice is a financial advisor who makes a base monthly salary of $2,300. What does that base salary mean?
That's what she makes just from trying to.
That's what she makes just for showing up to work. With a commission of 1.2% of the initial value of each client's invested that it invests. Okay, so then she earns commission, which is a part, 1.2% of the investments. In addition, what does in addition mean? We're adding something else. Okay? In addition, each time a client makes an investment, Patrice receives 0.5% service fee on the amount of the transaction. Assume Patrice recruits a new client whose initial investment is $100,000 and the client makes 3 investment transactions of $5,000 each this month. What does Patrice earn this month? So this one's got a lot going on in here. Okay? We know right off the bat she makes a base salary of this. So we know she's going to have that, right? Alright, that's her base salary. No, she's making at least $2,300. We also need to know commission. So how are we going to figure out how she makes commission? Percent box. Alright, she gets 1.2% of the initial value. So this month, what was the initial value of investment?
27.6.
Huh? Initial, see where it says initial value? And here it says initial investment. How much was the initial investment? 100,000. So how much is she making off of commission? $1,200, right? Well, she also earns from her fees, correct? Okay, how much does she earn from fees? She receives a percent service fee on the amount of the transaction. Well, a client makes 3 investment transactions of $5,000 each this month. So what's the amount of investment transactions? $15,000, right? The client makes 3 $5,000 transactions. 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, which equals a total of 15,000. Well, you'd have to take those 3 investments times the 5,000, which gives me 15,000. Does she get that $15,000, or he, or it's a she? No, she gets a 0.5% of that $15,000. So what do we have to do now? We have to put it in that percent box, right? She gets 0.5% of 100. So she gets $75 of the $15,000. Alright, so after you combine her $1,200 plus her base salary plus the earnings from the service fees, how much does she make? $3,575 for the month.
Each month, or just for that?
For that month,
So for
she
that
would make
month.
it. It's gonna change based on how much she sells. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna skip number 4 for now. And looking at those practice questions, so we're gonna skip that one. Looking at the practice questions, look at practice question number 4. Look at practice question number 4. I want you to find the commission somebody would make on a total sales of $98,000 with a commission rate of 1.5%. I want you to solve that. Number 4 under the practice. Alright, so we should have gotten $1,470. Okay? This is just the amount of commission. Okay? Just the part. Okay? That's why we're not adding it to anything. Do you understand that?
Because we don't need to find the total.
Right, we're not finding the total. Alright. Look at number 5. It says find the total fees. If there are 48 applications and you get $2.95 per application. How much are you going to make off of your total fees? How would we go about doing this? You just multiply, right? It's not a percent, is it?
No.
No. So you have 48 applications, and you get $2.95 per each one.
Yeah, 141.60.
Right? $2.95 doesn't sound like a lot of money for one person to have to pay, right? But when you have 48 people pay that, it adds up, right? Yeah, adds up pretty quick. All right, we're going to do one more together, and then we're going to let you start your homework. So look at number 6. It says for problems 6 through 8, find the total earnings based on the given information. Keyword there being total.
Oh, this is easy.
All right, so number 6, you have a base salary of $42,000. What does that mean to you?
The original.
It's,
Or no,
you just show up and you make $42,000. You have a total sales of $175,000 in sales with a commission of 4% on your sales. You try and find your total amount. How much are you walking home with based off of that information? You attempted. Alright, so some of us are going off some little rabbit trails here. So our base salary, if you go back and look at all the examples that we just did, Like if you look at example number 2, okay, we did the base salary plus the commission. So you've got your base salary of $42,000. We're not doing anything to that $42,000. They're just handing you a $42,000 check. Okay? You're also, your job, you sold that much. Do you get to walk away with how much you sold? No, you only get to walk away with part of how much you sold. You walk away with 4% of that part. So when you do your ratio box, percent box, it's still a ratio. Percents are ratios. Okay? You get 175,000. $175,000 is what you're trying to take part of. You're not taking part of the base salary, you're taking part of your sales. And so when you cross multiply and divide, of that $175,000, how much do you get to keep?
$7,000.
You get to keep $7,000 of that. So you get $42,000 for showing up and doing your job. Because you went above and beyond and actually made some sales, you also get $7,000. So at the end of the day, how much money do you walk away with? $49,000. Good.
This took me a while to make though.
Would you be that ready? Would you be that rather than teacher?
I'll enjoy my job. All right, let's try number 8. Let's see if we can all get 100% on number 8 before we go. Let's try number 8. Yeah, number 8. Alright, so you should have gotten, how much did you earn off of commission?
24,907.
Just the commission though was this amount.
Oh, yeah.
Plus your base salary, don't cut yourself, you want that too, giving you a total of $970. If I could write today, $970. Okay? Alright, so tonight on your homework, because I'm not going to see some of you because of cheer and softball and football and all the things, look back at your notes for examples. It is a puzzle tonight, so you should be able to at least check.